Hey everybody, this video is about the oil overheats and what I did to solve it in my 2020 Shelby GT500 carbon fiber track pack. For those of you who've seen my track videos, you know I take this car to the track a lot. I've been to the track on cold days up through very hot days, north of 100. Hadn't had oil overheat issues previously, but the last video I posted online was my track day video at Hallett in Oklahoma in the middle of July. It was north of 100, super hot, and I was getting power reduction due to oil overheats.
Get pretty close to 300.
Alright, we'll cool it down and we'll head on in. Engine oil temp, it was 280.
The power's gone. Did you notice when we went up the hill, it only got the third?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do a cool down and call it a day.
All right, before we get into the meat of this video, if you're wondering why I hadn't put this out earlier, it's because I hadn't been back to the track since the Hallett weekend. I wanted to get back to the track, run this car hard to make sure that I did in fact fix it. I just got back from a crazy weekend at Ozarks International Raceway. That track is crazy. I got to do a lot of video editing. I'll get those videos out. But the first day was north of 85, I think 85, 86, 87, something like that. I drove the car hard, really hard. No oil overheats and no power loss, so this is a successful fix. Here we go. Let's take a look at the engine oil cooler. Behind the wire mesh here of the grill on the lower left side here. Can't get in there to do anything about it. Got a light on here now. We're gonna see once I remove the front fascia, and I'll put a link above about how to remove your front fascia. A lot of those fins are bent over from getting pelted by rocks and rubber chunks of tires at the track. So looking at the front of the car, this one over here, this cooler over here in front of the driver's front tire is the oil cooler. You can see all my fins bent over from multiple track days, getting pelted with rocks and rubber chunks, reducing the airflow. So I am going to blow that out and straighten all those fins. You can get this rubber shroud or air deflector out of the way just to help push pin here, push pin there, push pin, and let's see, then there's also maybe some clips. Nope, not on this side. That's it, just the 4 push pins. So I'm just going row by row, a little flathead screwdriver, and straightening all these little bent over fins. It's a slow and tedious process. Could, just solve it by buying a new cooler, but this one should still work once I get all the fins straightened, and I will blow it out with my air compressor as well. All right, project done. I used a tiny little flathead screwdriver to straighten all the fins best I could. I also used a 2-inch, I think these are like seamstress needles or something like that, push pins, to poke out a bunch of debris. I blew it out with my air compressor, a lot of pressure, front and back side. Got a lot of debris out there, got a lot of the fins straightened, so I think my cooling is going to be much better. If for some reason this doesn't work, I'll just buy a new cooler, but this should solve that problem. Well, that's it. It's worth noting that, you can buy a new cooler for these cars. They are not cheap. The fins on the oil cooler are much thinner than the fins on the transmission, which I had overheats on those as well. That was simply due to plugged up transmission cooler. I'll post that link above. But for this, the fins are just simply bent over. You can straighten them out. It's a DIY, cheap fix, no cost fix, but you do have to remove your front fascia to do that. You could buy a new cooler, but that's not cheap. These fins bend over easily, so just plan on, if you're going to take these cars to the track, remove your front fascia once in a while and straighten out the fins. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.